When did being constantly busy all the time become such a badge of honor, where everyday life is a whirlwind of multitasking, being on call in and outside of working hours, balancing endless high priorities and checking messages, notifications and deadlines? So many competing thoughts rushing through our conscious minds that we end up dreaming about work subconsciously in our sleep, then wake up only to be flooded with all those same thoughts again, and the dreaded feeling that we're somehow behind on messages, work and life. Increasing numbers of professionals attach themselves to the identity of being busy. It becomes a way of measuring our sense of self-importance and how we justify our worth. When people ask how we're doing, we say, so busy, as if being overwhelmed with work somehow shows people how impressive and meaningful our jobs are. We glorify productivity like it's a personality trait and get addicted to the dopamine rushes of finishing checklists and meeting deadlines. And our worth becomes tied to outputs, speed of completing tasks, and work-related achievements. When you're so busy all the time, life feels like it's flying by, and you feel obligated to squeeze more into every hour of your schedule. You often hear people saying, if only we had more time in the day, as if that would solve all our problems. Then we could finally finish all our checklists, leave the office on time, and only then would we feel satisfied and complete. And in parallel, our modern world is seemingly built on constant distractions designed to steal our attention with constant messages, notifications, and phone calls. So we find ourselves stuck between a rock and a hard place. The other day I wrote a lengthy email, clear, concise, and well thought out. Then I got a call. Finished my call, got back to work, and promptly left that wonderfully crafted email on my desktop unsent all day. It was only later when I referenced the email to a colleague and was met with a blank face of someone who didn't know what I was talking about that I realized I hadn't actually sent the email. Sound familiar? Have you ever started a task and not finished it because you got distracted by another one? Interestingly, Tim Ferriss, the American entrepreneur, author, and podcaster, actually asserts that being busy is a form of laziness, lazy thinking, and indiscriminate action. The fact is, we often live our lives in a blur of busyness, making our way through days on autopilot. We drive somewhere and don't remember the trip. We eat a meal and forget how it even tasted. We've all spoken to someone when our minds were elsewhere, and when we finally do get some free time, we've all doom scrolled through social media without thinking, losing all track of time. The other day in my car, I was made painfully aware of my phone addiction when I was called out for checking the notifications on my phone while at a traffic light with my whole family in the car. Even worse, you only have to look around to see that people seem to be burnt out more than ever, and we barely even notice. We mistake exhaustion for normality, and sadly we accept stress and fatigue as just being a part of life. This is how adult life is supposed to feel like, right? This affliction of being busy is unfortunately a sign of the times. Busyness has become the white noise background to a world that convinces us that we must always be producing. But what happens when being productive becomes who you are? When your identity becomes your to-do list and constant productivity strips away your humanity and leaves no room for wonder, spontaneity, or stillness? What happens when being busy becomes a cover for avoiding boredom, discomfort, or even your own thoughts? The barefaced reality is that you can be incredibly busy and profoundly empty at the same time. And many people are, not because they're weak, but because when every day is about getting things done, you stop noticing the things that make life worth living. We're doing so much, yet feeling so little. The Greek philosopher Socrates warned, "Beware the barrenness of a busy life." Productivity culture tells us we're only valuable when we're doing something. So resting and taking it easy can make us feel guilty. Doing nothing and just chilling out can feel irresponsible. And intentionally giving our attention to the present moment can feel like a luxury we simply can't afford. What if we flipped the script and considered that the real issue at hand is not that we don't have enough time and that life is passing us by, is that we're not actually paying attention to the time we have, that we're not being fully present in the moments we're living. That's not a life problem, that's an attention problem. As the great British philosopher Alan Watts pointed out, we're being conditioned to live only in the future and never in the now. So what if we stopped thinking of success as output and rather considered it being about presence, feeling alive and grounded, being intentional, showing up fully in our relationships and truly experiencing our lives rather than rushing through them? Because being busy doesn't necessarily mean having purpose. In fact, it can often hide the lack of it. Imagine measuring success not by the quantity of your daily tasks or what you produced, but by the quality of your days, your interactions with others, and how you honestly feel about yourself. Because being present is a choice, a skill, and a daily practice. It can involve having a meaningful conversation, establishing a real connection with someone, enjoying a moment of stillness, or taking time to reflect on your day and really connecting with your emotional responses to it. And needless to say, presence grows through repetition. The more you practice it, the more you feel the benefits of it. As the Vietnamese monk, author, and activist Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us, the present moment is the only time over which we have dominion. Of course, that sounds obvious, but it does contain a profound truth, and just acknowledging that busyness can rob us of that sense of being present in the here and now can be a good start to being more intentional about the practice. Being consciously present can help us slow things down and remember to breathe deeply from our chests. It can help us notice the details in everyday moments and connect with the world around us. It can remind us that we don't have to compete with ChatGPT. We're not machines, and it's perfectly acceptable to move at a human pace and take breaks. And being present doesn't mean you have to make massive changes in your life either. It can start at least with small intentional moments, because every day gives countless opportunities to be present, be awake and aware of what's happening in your life, and feel like you're living on the pulse of your own existence. Try choosing one daily task, whether it's eating, showering, talking, or walking, and consciously and intentionally do it with your full attention. No phone, no multitasking, no rushing. Just engage all your senses. Notice all the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and physical sensations, and be in the moment. And see what happens. See how you feel. See how different and alive ordinary moments can feel like when you truly pay attention to them. Another practice that some may find challenging is to establish a device-free space or activity. We can feel so addicted to our phones, we even believe it's irresponsible to not have them at our sides. What if there's an emergency? What if someone needs me? It's a difficult mindset to break, but an important step to take to being more present in daily life. For example, at our family dinner table, phones are banned, Nobody's allowed to check their notifications or scroll while we're eating. When we eat, we talk to each other, we interact and we connect, and we honor this sacred space and we protect it fiercely. And of course, one of the most powerful ways to be more present in everyday life is through meditation. The practice of training your awareness to achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm state of mind, and taking time out of your day to sit, breathe, and intentionally spend time with yourself. I've spoken about meditation at length in a previous video, so if you're interested in a deep dive into how meditation has added value to my life and helped me to be more mindful, check out that video. I'll put the link in the description below. Talking about meditation always makes me think of the American spiritual teacher Ram Dass, who said, "The quieter you become, the more you hear." Ultimately, when it comes to our busy lives, being present and slowing things down doesn't have to mean you're falling behind. Essentially, it involves recognizing what actually matters and that life is happening right now. Not after the next deadline and not after you finally clear your inbox and finish your to-do list. Life is happening in the ordinary, everyday moments that you miss when you're being busy. You don't need more hours in the day. You need more of you in the hours you already have. So be kind to yourself. Take a break, be present, and connect with the here and now. In the end, it's all we have. And I'll finish with one of my favorite quotes from the inimitable Eckhart Tolle, who said, "Wherever you are, be there totally." And on that note, I'll stop there for today. Thank you for watching this episode. Please feel free to share your thoughts and leave a comment. Share the video with anyone it might resonate with. And if you enjoyed what you saw, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again soon.